Alright, this is 2002 Toyota 4Runner. Alright, before we work on the fuel pump, we want to disconnect the battery terminal. We're just going to disconnect the negative terminal on this one, and then we can start working on the removing the fuel pump on this. And also a good idea to remove the fuel cap off on this one too. Alright, so on the driver's side, on the back seat, there is the axis in there to remove the electrical harness. Okay, so we're going to remove this two electrical harness right there before dropping the fuel pump. Alright, you can use a pick and a long nose or a flat or a regular plier to help, to make it easy to pull this harness. So I'm gonna squeeze the release right there. Then I'll use the pick to pull this harness up. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do that now. There you go, just like that. Okay. And then you can use the pick to pick the lock right there and remove the lock, right there, it's that yellow thing right there. Okay. And then now you can just go ahead and pop that thing out in there. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, I use this pick to remove this other one. Right there, so much easier with the pick. Okay, so before we can drop the fuel tank, we're going to jack up the vehicle. Alright, want to jack him up. Let's support it with the jack stand. Okay. There we go. Right, it's time to use this old trusty transmission jack. I will be using this to hold the gas tank while I'm pulling it down. Alright, so before we can get to the gas tank, we'll be removing this middle base right here, middle protector for the tank. And again, there's a pin right there that we can remove. And no, there's a right here. There's a bolt right here that we can remove, and then also one on the other side, and also toward the front. Okay, then after that we'll be ready for the fuel tank. Okay. All right, I'm on the last bolt right here. Then we'll take this one down. Alright, I think there's one more. on this side over here. Got one more on the back section here. Okay. All right, got him down. To bring this one down. All right. Oh, I think there is another one on here on the back. Okay. So once we get this one on the back, we should be good. All right. So I got it down right there. All right. So before we can drop the gas tank, we have those lines to disconnect right there. Excuse me. All right, so you got those lines to disconnect. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's up there. Okay, to disconnect. And then we also have the fuel line to disconnect toward the front. All right, so we'll be disconnecting this line and that line right there. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so also we want to disconnect the fuel neck right there. We can do it from there or right there. Okay, that's the fuel neck right there. Okay. Alright, so much easier to remove it from the top there instead of from the tank. Right, so as you can see, my transmission jack is holding the fuel tank. Okay, so I'm just going to slowly lower it down and then disconnect the rest of the evap lines. I finally got the gas tank down. Alright, so we get the tank out. Alright, so I went ahead and blew it with air, clean the top part before unscrewing, all of that before opening the fuel pump. Alright, we're ready to remove the screw on this one. Right, ready to pull the pump out. I have to be very careful on this one because we're only replacing the pump, not the whole thing, not the whole assembly. There you go, there's the pump right there. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to replace this one right here. That's the old one. And we got the new one right here. Okay, just make sure they're the same. It looks like it's the same orientation right there. Okay, same orientation. So we're just going to go ahead and replace the old one. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna check the resistance on these new one. and see what it is. I know the old one's got a 0.805 ohms. So this new one is, let's see if you can see that, I guess. It's a 1.9. Alright, it's a 1.7 ohms. The old one was 0.805 ohms. And this new one is 1.9. Oh, hold on. I think it went to 2 ohms. Yeah, it's 1.7 ohms. The new one. So this new one, the new one's got more resistance than the old one. Okay. All right. So we're gonna remove this one. All right. So we're gonna disconnect. I guess it's about you better disconnect from here. There you go. And then pull this thing out just like that. Okay. There's the old one. Now we're going to put the new one in. I think we can probably just use this old one, probably. This old one, probably. Let's see. Oh, we'll have to reuse. It's different than the old one, so we'll have to reuse the old one on this rubber seated thing. Alright, so we'll have to use this old rubber set it thing right there. Alright, we gotta remove this lock nut right there. Okay. Alright, so we'll have to transfer this into the new one, just like that. Okay. And then remember to put the lug nut. Alright, just like that. Alright, I got the new pump. And I just need to tighten that and tighten the hose clamps right there. That should be okay. Alright, it's put together. We just need to reinstall it, put it back into the tank. Okay, we're ready to put it back in. Alright, we just need to tighten them up. Should be ready to go. Alright. Alright guys, we're going to check the pump, see if it works. Alright, we're going to power up with this probe test over here. Okay, so I'm going to power them up. There you go. And it's coming out. There's fuel coming out. Okay. So now we are ready to put this one back in. Already. So the new fuel pump is installed. A new fuel filter is also installed. And the vehicle is running. As you can hear, runs good. Sounds good. Okay. All right, and it's already dark. Okay. All right, and thank you for watching my video.